It's crazy for me to think about that I've already been listening to Makoto Matsushita's First Light album for almost 3 years now. I absolutely love this album, and I want to get into why I love it later, but first I gotta talk about how I found it, because honestly it's just funny as hell. I wouldn't say this album is like by any means like the most popular album here in America. Like, it has its hits, it has people who love it, but there's no like real way other than the internet for any of us to like find that and enjoy it. One fateful day in 2020, my 10th grade self, I was listening to a mix of songs on YouTube that was, I think, called Unreleased Playboy Cardi. 250 hertz, whatever they call that, that's supposed to make you ascend or some stupid shit. And the last song on there was that unreleased beat that samples the end of Love Was Really Gone, samples the string section at the end, and I was like, damn, these strings are good. The beat's cool, I mean, it's Playboy Cardi, but the strings on that were super good, you know. And I searched everywhere trying to find the name of the song, trying to find the sample. I eventually found, obviously, that it was Makoto Matsushita, First Light, from the First Light album, of course. And since then, I added it to my Apple, and it's been in my daily rotation for like 3 years now, and it hasn't gotten old. I think honestly the chances of me eventually finding this album or this genre was pretty high, because, you know, I've listened to a lot of, whether it be game soundtracks or Japanese stuff, you know, whether it was Cassiopeia or Takanaka or whoever it was, eventually I feel like I would have listened to this album. But I think the reason this album means the most to me when it comes to all of these is that I found it when I did. I found this kind of genre. Anyway, let's get right into the album. I'm gonna review each song and whatnot. Alright, from Makoto Matsushita, First Light, released in 1981. From what I can tell, it was his first big time solo studio album. I don't know much about it. Wikipedia and all that stuff is kind of hard to search on people like this. Of course, this being said, I've listened at this point to all his other solo work that is available to me, and also the work that he's done in the group AB. It's all fantastic, and I implore all of you to give it a listen. This album is colorful, to say the least. It has a lot of J-pop, city pop styles, you know. There's string sections, there's MIDI pianos. It's colorful. There's a lot of really good harmonies and whatnot throughout the album. It's what feels like an album made for me, and I just love the mixing too. This is a thing for a lot of the albums around this time. I feel like I just love the way albums from the 80s were mixed. They're a little bit quieter to keep everything from crunching together, but those little details are so clear. If you pick up a city pop yacht rock album, or like a contemporary album like Cassiopeia, you know, even Michael Jackson, these genres, it's not an empty mix. It's a little bit quieter, but it's so full of sound and warmth that just, you know, there's music that comes out now is a lot of it louder, and it just doesn't have as much soul in the mixing, and that's due to the equipment and due to just the style of mixing back then. Those drums, the kicks still punch, but they're not breaking by any means. They're not side chaining everything else, you know. It's just a quieter mix. The intro, the title track here, it sounds like the start of a trip. It sounds like you're getting to the airport. It sounds like you got your bags, but you're excited though, because I know some people hate the airport, but I like it, you know. It sounds like you're getting ready for a road trip, or it sounds like you're up early and not up at 1 p.m. It transfers beautifully into the second song, One Hot Love. This song is just space. It's a physical space. The reverb on the kicks, the panning from those quiet synth strings, and the harmonies that come in on the second verse. It slams you right into that chorus that's just so catchy. And then the second time it slams you into the chorus, it's isolated. His vocals are just, that's the only thing. And man, it's catchy, and I don't know the words. I don't know a single word in Japanese, but this song is catchy. This is how you structure a song. What are you doing right now if you're not making music like this, bro? How are you not listening to this song right now, bruh? Even the interludes here have so much spark. They're just so cool. Resort for Blue, which is an interlude to September Rain. It has these rain sounds come in at the end. It's just over a minute long, but it's just still so cool. You could play this song at night. You could play it on an early morning. It has such a unique world to it. The song that it goes into with September Rain, I think, is probably the most popular song from this album. This song, I think, is being slowly noticed, whether it be by TikTok or Instagram. I think it's the one that's more popular because, I mean, it's just really good. Vocal harmonies and that synth there, it's good. And the chorus, especially with the English version, that shit's sad, man. It brings a whole melancholy feel. Time is moving forward. It's not what it used to be. Summer's gone. Sadness comes. It's a sad song. And then that trumpet solo comes in. That shit's so good. Moving on to Lazy Night. It's Lazy Night. It's this relax. It kind of feels like I don't know. I view this album like a day, and this is a 5 p.m. This is a 6 p.m. This is either biking or just sitting on a couch, like actually physically being lazy. Checking in the hotel. You got a big day tomorrow, but you just got here. You're tired. It's nice, man. But the thing is it's not like a slow song. It's high tempo. It's keeping you there, and it could be running on the treadmill to this song, or I could be eating Funyuns. That's how sick it is. And then the next song is This Is All I Have For You, and that's that more, I feel like a Michael Jackson feeling song with the strumming guitar and that synth lead. It's poppy, bubbly, it's up here in the mix, it's smooth. Again though, the chord structure, the chords here are used as transportation. Just close your eyes and somewhere else. You're experiencing a new experience. That's what this album is. It's always something new. His voice, it just floats, and that's half due to this mixing, but also because his voice is just so good. And the synth solo that comes in at the end, that's analog heaven right there. It fades away to signify that it's time for a more quiet song. And then, you know, the song I Know is another kind of interlude track to Love Was Really Gone, which was the second biggest single. I Know is this interlude, and it's just, man, it's sad. Just his vocals with these quiet, tender Rhodes pianos behind it, and then it comes in with that. It's 5 o'clock. And these vocal harmonies are just beautiful. It's a blend of these nostalgic sounds and these chords. They just carry the past inside them in such a beautiful way. It's a weird form of deja vu. Like, I've never, you know, I didn't listen to this album when I was a kid, but it just feels like I'm experiencing something that I have before with the way the song is structured and the way with a lot of these songs are structured. And then it all leads up beautifully, and then stop. Where should you go? Where should you go? Where should you go? What is this? This is so... Man, I love this song. And it leads right into the song that brought me here in the first place, and I think brings a lot of people to this album. Love Was Really Gone is one of my favorite songs of all time, and honestly there's so much I could say about this song, whether it's the strings or the vocals. The lyrics are great, the slap bass line, the chorus, the drums change, and the panning on his vocals, the Casio piano used, the chord shifts. This song makes me feel something so unique, and those lyrics reinforce that. As this deep sadness, it's just magic. And that goes for the outro, Sunset, which kind of carries on but slows down what was going on in Love Was Really Gone, which is, I mean, I could keep talking about that forever. The song Sunset, it is what it is. It carries on the motif set at the end with the string section and Love Was Really Gone, but it's slower, and it's really it is sunset. It's the end of a day. It's the sun coming. It's nighttime now. I feel like First Light, this album, represented a shift for me, like other albums have in the past, but this time even further down the theory and understanding of why music makes me feel the way it does. This album became a huge part of my life a lot quicker than many other albums have. It's that damn good. This album is inspiring all the way to the last second, to the last note. This album will always be a 10 out of 10 for me, baby. It's an absolute masterpiece. And thank you to anybody who had any work on this album. I doubt they're watching this. Thank you to everybody that's watching this, though. That's cool. I'll edit this and see if it isn't terrible. I'll see y'all next time.